I am like 30-ish% into A Wilderness of Stars by Shay Earnshaw. Here's the thing, I knew it was YA. That is not a big deal. What I didn't know is that this is very much not set in modern day. Farah? I can't remember the main character's name. It's weird. Vega. Okay. Vega has lived in the valley her whole life. Like, she's been very protected by her mother, but of course her mother died because it's YA. Her mom died and Vega is leaving the valley now, and I was like, okay, like, chill, that's cool. And then she was like, yeah, I'm going in a wagon, and I was like, oh, a wagon. And now she's in a saloon. So I truly don't know what year we were in. I thought this was gonna be modern just because all of the Shay Earnshaw that I have read have been modern. So I was like very taken off guard. I was assuming, and you know what happens when you assume. So do I know what's happening in this book? No. Vega is trying to find somebody. The alchemist, the chemist, the astronomer, I guess. I don't know. She's trying to find someone. She's going on a quest. She's 17. No parents. I wouldn't say that I'm loving this. A couple of reasons. Took me forever to figure out the time frame. I still don't know. Vega, like, I don't know what Vega is doing. What the fuck is she doing? I have no idea. What is the end goal? 3, the chapters are like 70 pages long, which is just like, I'm listening to the audiobook and even still I'm like, holy shit. But that's me problem. This is very much a vibes only book, which I'm fine with because that's literally how I enjoy books. It's just vibes only, but I am not sure about these vibes just because, like I said, I don't know what Vega is searching for. I know that she has like a tattoo on the back of her neck, and if someone sees the tattoo, she's gonna be in deep shit. But like, I don't know what the tattoo means. I don't know anything about that. Right now, I'm unsure if I'm going to DNF. This could be a DNF. And like I said, like, this video is all me. Like, I bought these books because the covers were so beautiful and like no other reason. I didn't know anything else about this. I do like the other 2 Shay Earnshaw though that I have read have been 5 stars, but this one, I'm not sure. I'm at 70% into A Wilderness of Stars. It's fine. I mean, it's probably gonna be 3 stars. Nothing really remarkable has happened. But I don't know. I don't feel like DNFing. Like, I can't explain it to you. I don't know. But so Vega is the astronomer, the last one, and she can cure this virus that has been happening her whole life. And she is getting away from bad men, and now there is a romance and all this stuff, and it's just like, it's fine. Honestly, it's a little boring. And like, I did not think The Wicked Deep or A History of Wild Places was boring, but I do think that this one is boring. So, but I have less than 100 pages left, so I will be finishing it. But like, I'm so sad because I love Shay Earnshaw and I love this cover so much, but it's just not really giving anything. Hello, I finished A Wilderness of Stars, and by finished, I mean I got to 85% and decided to return the book. So because of the way I read, anything over 50% is completely read. And honestly, I read this, like, who cares what happened at the end? Because as soon as I hit the insta-love in this, I had to go. This was very much vibes only. Like, think House of Hollow, except fantasy, which is fine. A lot of the times those books don't really work for me, so this was just another example of that really not working for me. And then as soon as we hit the insta-love with Vega and Noah, I had to go. Like, I really liked The Wicked Deep, but that also had a romance that was just like very meh for me as well. Like, I don't understand why Shay Earnshaw in her YA at least, has to force a romance. Like, I don't think that's necessary. Like, Vega could have done this on her own, and instead she like made Vega rely on a boy, which not for me. So I gave this a generous 3 stars. I will be unhauling it. So buying this book because of the cover alone did not go well for this. Also is YA, which is my fault completely. So 3 stars for this. Unhauling. I do not recommend this. I really don't. I am 25% into House of Cotton. I don't know. So we're following somebody, Magnolia, who's 19, and her grandmother has just died. That's the very first chapter. Her grandmother died, and she has like $13 in her bank account, which same, but she has to pay rent and do all this stuff now. She doesn't know what to do, so she's working at a gas station, and this weird man comes in and offers her a job at the funeral home to model. And I don't want to say what the modeling is. Also, she hasn't modeled yet, so like I don't want to say, like, I'm not sure. It was described, but I'm not sure. So I don't know. The writing feels super weird. Like, I'm not sure I'm liking the writing, and I'm also not sure if I'm liking the story. Like, I'm not sure if I'm liking anything, but I do like this cover so much. I don't want to get rid of it. I think, oh my god, the Goodreads rating is 3.11, which is not good, but like I'm 25% in. I don't feel like I'm gonna DNF it yet. Like, I could obviously DNF it at any time, but like it feels fine. It doesn't feel like it's going to be amazing, but it definitely does feel weird, like, already. Hey, I'm a little sick, so sorry, but I DNF'd House of Cotton, and it's because I am 25% in, and I haven't picked it up in 3 days, and I don't want to pick it up. I never want to look at this book again, even though it's so pretty. So these are cover buy books. Like, specifically, shit. I honestly am so sad that I'm going to have to unhaul this because I am obsessed with this cover. I'm gonna have to take like 400 pictures of this cover alone and then try to sell it. But like, even the first 100 pages or 25% that I read were not good. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, I was very bored, and I could not believe that I was only 100 pages in. Like, it felt never ending, which is not good. And we all know that I read for entertainment and for joy only, and this was not bringing me joy. So I have to DNF this. I feel really bad because this is the author's debut, and I feel like it was a good idea. Like, Magnolia is someone I can relate to with like money issues and stuff, but like, I just feel like it wasn't written well, which normally I don't care about that stuff, but like, it was so prominent in this one that it was not written well that I couldn't do it anymore. So House of Cotton is a DNF. I am 27% into Really Good Actually by Monica Heisey. This obviously is cover by because this is for this video, and this, I think, was the cover that made me think of this video. I'm pretty sure. But we are following, I think it's Maggie. Definitely starts with an M. And she's 28. In the very first chapter, her husband is leaving and they're getting a divorce. So they've only been married for, I think, less than 2 years, but they've been together for 10. And basically they've just been fighting, and she was like, why don't you leave? And he did. And so now she's in the apartment by herself, also set in Toronto, which I just think is cool because, I don't know, it's not the United States, so that's cool. So we are following her as she has no kids, so I feel like in that respect, she's really lucky because she can she's literally just staying in bed. She's staying in bed, she's working from home, she's not venturing out, she is just being a vegetable, really, which I get. But like if something happened to Castleman, I could not do that because of my 2 kids. So like living vicariously through her, like she's just getting Uber Eats, she's putting everything on her credit card, she's just going crazy. Also crying all the time. I 27% in am really enjoying this, and that I don't think is a popular opinion because this is a 3.14, and I did not know that until I had already read the 27%, and then at 27% I was like, oh, I need to put this on Goodreads. And I saw the rating and I was like, good gracious. The writing style is like very sarcastic, kind of wonky, does not take itself too seriously, and I'm wondering if that is the disconnect for people. But I think it's funny. Like the very last thing is like she got on Tinder and she was getting all these Tinder messages and they were just really funny. Also, Julia Whalen is narrating this, and that always helps for me personally. But I will say that right now, out of these 3 books that I have chosen for this video, this is by far doing the best. Like I DNF'd Wilderness of Stars. What? I read that book so long ago. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't read these books back to back. And that was just an all vibes book. I have no idea what was going on with that. I did DNF that other one, House of whatever. That cover is so beautiful. But God, the inside of that book was not good. I will say I love this cover and I am really liking this book. So like I hope I don't DNF all 3 of these books. That would be awful and I would need to stop buying books permanently. I'm just kidding. I would never do that. Remember yesterday when I was liking this book? Well, I picked it up today and made it 37% in when I decided to DNF. That means I've DNF'd every single book for this video, which means I suck. Anyway, so we're following Maggie, right? And it's just her, like, she's insufferable, basically. I could not stand Maggie, and I could not be in her brain any longer. She's just talking about being on dating apps and like getting, it was just, oh guys, it was so bad. And like it has really bad reviews on Goodreads, and it is because that the main character is insufferable. So I will be doing a wrap up. But please stop me if I'm like, wow, this cover is so beautiful, I'm gonna buy it. Say, no, Michelle, do you remember that video you did where you DNF'd all the books? Okay, so for this video, the goal was to read 3 books that I had bought simply because of the cover and the cover only. Now, I will say this is not a new thing for me. I do this absolutely every single time I buy a book. Most of the time, I know nothing going in. I know the author. Sometimes I know like their previous work or whatever. These 2 out of the 3 I had never read from before. Shay Earnshaw, 2 of her books are my favorite, some of my favorite books ever. So that didn't work out. But the first book I read was A Wilderness of Stars. This was DNF at some point. I read this several months ago. This is a vibes only book, truly. But the vibes are not good. Like it did not make any sense. I absolutely love this cover. Like before I saw who it was by, I was like, I will be buying this. I don't give a fuck because I am a star moon sun girly. Like that is literally my shit. But the vibes, it's a vibes only book and the vibes are not good. So I've had this on Pango since I read it. No, it's not going anywhere. Next, I'm deeply sad is House of Cotton. This, as soon as I saw this cover, we almost read it for the Pyramid Book Club, and I'm so glad that we did not. This is another, in my opinion, vibes only book. And for me, this was the writing. Also, I picked it up and I made it like 25% in, and I just knew I didn't want to pick it up ever again, which is not good. And honestly, if I'm being honest with you, the same thing happened for Really Good, actually. So in my first clip, I'm like, yeah, I don't get it. Like, if divorce is hard, I don't know, whatever. But then picking it up again, being in the mind of Maggie when she's so self-loathing. Oh God, it's just like I have been depressed. And it felt like that, and I never want to go. Like, why would I want to go back to being that depressed? So I just couldn't, like, mentally, no. Julia Whelan did her very best with this book. Also, apparently, Monica Heisey is one of the writers of Schitt's Creek. I have not seen that, and now I feel like I will never see that. So, like, bad move giving her a book deal. I'm just saying. So all 3 of these books are DNFs. Will I continue to buy books based on the cover only? Yes. Will I do another video like this to show you that I have bad taste in books? No. We will pretend like this never happened. Okay, so that's the end of this video. It completely failed. So don't recommend these books to anyone. So thanks for watching my video. See you in my next one. Bye.